Trade Mice is an Oswald the Lucky Rabbit cartoon from 1938. This is directed by Walter Lantz and Rudy Zamora. It's written by Victor McLeod and Wynne Smith, with a voice cast including Bernice Hansen, Margaret Hill-Talbot, and Margaret McKay. And honestly, it's not very good for several reasons. The main reason is that nothing happens for a very long time. But we do have some bits of animation that I liked, and there are some bits that are actually pretty bad. Oswald and his donkey are trekking out to this cabin. We have a pretty nice, well, I was going to say a nice bit of animation when they're in this boat or a canoe on the water. It looks quite nice. But then at one point, Oswald does threaten to thwack the donkey with the paddle, which is not great. So there are some good bits, but they're largely overshadowed by some bad bits. They get to the cabin, they go to bed, and these mice come out, and they are planning on trading things. They leave behind things and take possessions that don't belong to them. They start looking in Oswald's jacket pocket, for example. The mice are very cute. I did like the animation of the mice. I thought they were very sweet. The mother mouse was adorable. She sings this song about how they're big grown-up mice now. They're still little mice, but they're big grown-ups, and they get to go into trade, and she's all teary because her little babies are growing up. That was very sweet and very well done. And then they're looking around the cabin for things to interact with. And there are, again, some decent bits of animation there, and one that's appalling. The mice are making a bit of a racket, and Oswald wakes up and he sits up in bed, and he's holding guns, one in either hand, and he's looking around, and his mouth is wide open, like he's gasping, yet he somehow manages to say who's there. He says that without his mouth ever moving. So there are some bits of animation that definitely aren't very good. And it is kind of a roller coaster, mostly a flat roller coaster, but with an occasional bump of something decent. So it's not the best, put it that way. It's not a great animation in terms of the animation quality. The narrative isn't very good. The pacing isn't very good. Some of the moments with the mice are quite sweet. So it's not great, let's put it that way. If you're an Oswald fan, give it a watch. There are a couple of good moments, but if you're just looking for a good cartoon, Trade Mice is not one that I'd be recommending.